The desert days grew longer and the nights colder. Maya felt her body weakening. Though the alien kept her safe and fed, she thought it was only the stress of survival. The pain of the crash, the lack of real food, but soon, strange changes began inside her. She woke each morning with sickness in her stomach. Her hands trembled, her chest felt heavy. She grew tired even after small tasks. Sometimes, when she drank from the stream, she felt a warmth inside her belly. At first, she ignored it, telling herself it was nothing. But the feeling grew stronger each day. One night, as the fire cracked and the desert winds howled through the canyon, Maya woke with a sharp pain clutching her stomach. The alien rushed to her side, placing its glowing hands on her. The pain faded, replaced by warmth. And in that moment, a vision filled her mind. She saw herself holding something small, fragile, alive. Her breath caught in her throat. She was carrying life. Shock froze her heart. It was impossible. It should not be real. She had never imagined this, not here, not now, not like this. But the truth was clear inside her body. She was pregnant, her eyes filled with fear. She turned to the alien, whispering, "What have you done to me?" The alien did not speak, but its eyes glowed softer, almost sorrowful, almost tender. It touched its chest crystal, then gently touched her belly. Blue light shimmered under her skin for a second. Maya gasped, feeling both fear and wonder. She pulled away, shaking. Her voice broke as she whispered, "I don't understand, I don't—" Tears burned her eyes. She had lost her world, lost her people, and now she carried something that was not fully human. A child born of this strange bond. Her fear whispered, "Monster." But her heart whispered hope. Days passed with heavy silence. Maya avoided the alien's eyes, though it never left her side. It brought her food, it healed her pain, it guarded her from beasts. Sometimes she caught it watching her, not with coldness, but with something like care. The more she tried to hate it, the more she felt her fear breaking. Because deep inside she knew the truth. This child was not a curse. It was survival, it was life in a world of death. The dangers around them grew worse. Strange beasts circled closer at night, their eyes glowing in the dark. Storms grew stronger, tearing through the canyon. Supplies from the wreck were almost gone, and Maya's body grew heavier, slower. The alien became her strength, carrying her when she could not walk, shielding her when the storms raged. Its loyalty became undeniable. It was no longer just a guardian. It was the father of her child. One evening, as they hid from a storm, Maya sat close to the alien, holding her stomach, feeling the life inside her move. Her eyes shone with tears, but her voice was steady. "I don't know why this happened. I don't know if I can survive this, but I will protect it." The alien lowered its head, glowing softly as if promising the same. For the first time since the crash, Maya felt something more than fear. She felt purpose. The child inside her was not only strange, not only different, it was a symbol, a bridge between two worlds. It was the reason she would keep fighting. But as thunder shook the desert skies and shadows crept closer to the canyon, Maya knew the greatest challenges were still ahead. She was not only fighting for herself anymore, she was fighting for two. The storms grew worse each day. The desert skies burned with lightning, and the winds howled like voices of the dead. Maya held her belly, feeling the life inside her move. She was weaker now, her steps slower, her body heavy, but she pushed on because stopping meant death. The alien walked beside her, carrying most of their supplies. Its glowing eyes scanned the horizon. Sharp and restless, it had grown thinner too, its crystal dimmer than before. But still it protected her with every breath. One night, as they camped near a cluster of rocks, a shadow moved in the sand. Maya froze, her hand clutching a broken metal spear. The alien hissed low. Standing in front of her from the darkness, a massive creature appeared, larger than anything they had seen. Its body was armored, its jaws wide with rows of teeth, its eyes glowing red. The beast roared, shaking the ground. Maya's heart pounded, her legs almost gave way. The alien raised its claws, blue energy sparking from its crystal. It did not wait. It charged forward, striking the monster with glowing force. The desert became a battlefield. The beast slammed its tail, throwing sand and stone into the air. The alien leapt, slashing across its armored hide. Light bursting with every strike, Maya screamed, clutching her belly. Unable to move, unable to help, she could only watch, helpless. As the alien fought to keep her alive, the monster bit down, its jaws closing on the alien's arm. A terrible crack filled the air. The alien roared in pain, blue light spilling from its wound like liquid fire. Still it fought, stabbing, striking, refusing to fall. Maya cried out, tears burning her eyes. "Don't die, please don't die." With a final surge, the alien drove its claws deep into the beast's throat. The creature screamed, its body collapsing into the sand. Silence fell, broken only by Maya's shaking breath. But when she looked at the alien, her heart sank. It stumbled, falling to one knee. Its chest crystal flickered weakly. Its wounds glowing blue. Maya crawled to it, holding its broken arm, her tears falling onto its strange skin. "You saved me, you saved us, but you can't leave me now," she whispered. The alien's glowing eyes dimmed, but it touched her face gently. It was a silent goodbye. Maya refused to accept it. She pressed her hands on its wounds, crying, begging. But she had no healing power, no energy like it had. Her sobs echoed through the canyon. "I can't do this without you. I can't raise this child alone." The alien's hand moved to her belly, its touch soft and trembling. The crystal in its chest glowed one last time. Blue light flowed from it, sinking into her body. Into the child inside her. Maya gasped, feeling warmth spread through her. The alien's life was fading, but it gave its strength to her and the unborn. She held it close, pressing her forehead to its chest. "I promise I will protect our child. I will keep your memory alive." The alien's eyes glowed faintly, then slowly dimmed. Its body slumped against her. Silent at last, the desert wind howled, carrying away the sound of battle. Maya sat in the sand, holding the lifeless body of the only being who had ever stood by her. Her heart shattered, but her resolve grew stronger. She was not alone. Not truly. Inside her, life still moved. Life born from their bond. As the suns rose over the bloody sand, Maya buried the alien beneath stones, marking the grave with the crystal it left behind. She stood weak, broken, but unyielding. Her child would live. And through that child, the alien would never truly die. The night inside the canyon was colder than the desert. Maya sat close to the fire, her hands shaking. Her eyes always on the shadows. Every sound made her heart race. Every echo made her think of creatures waiting in the dark. The alien sat nearby, tall and silent, its glowing eyes never leaving the mouth of the canyon. It looked more like a guard than a stranger now. Hours passed slowly. Maya tried to sleep, but dreams of the crash returned. She saw faces of people she lost, friends who never woke up. When she woke, tears burned her eyes. But the alien was still there, watching for the first time. She felt she was not completely alone. In the morning, the desert suns rose again. Maya limped to the stream, drinking water, feeling a little stronger. The alien followed, kneeling beside her. It touched the ground, and strange blue symbols glowed on the rock for a moment before fading. Maya did not understand, but she felt the alien was protecting the place. The days turned into a routine. She searched for food, picking fruits from tough desert plants. The alien hunted small creatures with its sharp speed and glowing claws. Together, they made a shelter from stones and metal scraps they carried. It was not much, but it was home. Slowly, fear began to change. Maya started to trust the alien, not fully, but enough to breathe without panic. She watched how it moved with patience, how it never hurt her, how it always stood between her and danger. Sometimes at night, when the fire was low, she would talk. Even though it did not answer, she told stories of Earth, of cities with lights and music, of oceans that never ended. The alien listened, silent, but its eyes glowed softer, almost as if it understood. One evening, when a desert storm raged outside the canyon, lightning flashing across the sky, Maya sat close to the alien, her voice trembling as she said, "I don't know if I will ever go home." The alien reached out, slowly, carefully, and touched her hand. Its skin was strange, smooth like stone, warm like fire. But the touch was gentle, almost human, for a long moment. They sat like that, two different beings, bound by the same fear of being lost. The bond grew stronger with each danger. When a giant desert beast attacked one night, the alien fought with courage. Pushing the monster back with glowing strikes, Maya screamed and threw rocks, her heart burning with fear that she would lose it. Together they survived, breathing hard. Covered in dust and sweat, when the beast ran away, Maya collapsed beside the alien, whispering, "We live another day." The alien tapped its chest again, that same silent promise. Together. But it was not only danger that pulled them close. There were quiet moments too. Maya laughed when the alien tried to copy her eating, holding fruit in its claw like a child. She smiled when it traced symbols in the sand. showing her shapes of stars she had never seen. Sometimes she thought it was speaking, not with words but with feelings, and sometimes, in the stillness of night, she felt its thoughts touch her own. Like whispers in her mind, she did not know how or why, but she could feel its sadness, its loneliness, its longing for a home it had lost. And maybe, just maybe, it felt her pain too. Two strangers from two broken worlds, finding comfort in each other's silence. By the third week, Maya no longer called it alien in her thoughts. She called it guardian, because when she looked at it, sitting under the stars, glowing like fire in the dark, she believed it was not just her protector. It was her only friend, her only family on this dead planet. But deep inside she knew one truth. This bond was not only survival, it was becoming something stronger, something dangerous, something that would change her life forever. The desert nights were long and heavy with silence. Maya often lay awake beside the fire, staring at the two moons that glowed over the canyon. Her thoughts carried her back to Earth, to the life she had lost. But slowly, her dreams began to change. She no longer dreamed of Earth. She dreamed of the alien. At first it frightened her. She saw flashes of strange worlds, burning skies, oceans of silver, towers made of crystal. She woke gasping, not knowing if they were memories or nightmares. But each night the images grew clearer, and every time she looked at the alien, sitting near her shelter, she felt those dreams belonged to it. Not her. One night, when the fire was almost gone, Maya closed her eyes and the vision came again. She saw a planet alive and beautiful but breaking apart. She saw the alien standing on that world, reaching for the sky as fire rained down. She felt its pain, its loss, as if it were her own. When she woke, tears wet her face, and the alien was staring at her. Its eyes glowing softly, it knew. Maya whispered, "You showed me this." The alien tilted its head, touching its chest crystal. A faint blue light pulsed, and for a moment Maya felt her own heart beat in the same rhythm. She shivered, not from fear, but from the strange connection that grew between them. Days passed and their bond deepened. Maya began to sense the alien's feelings before it even moved. When danger was near, her chest grew tight, even before the growls came from the desert. When the alien was calm, she felt a strange peace in her mind. It was more than survival now. It was something unseen. One afternoon, while gathering stones near the canyon edge, Maya slipped. Her body fell toward the sharp rocks below. Before she could scream, the alien caught her, pulling her back with strength beyond human. But it was not just the rescue that shocked her. For a brief moment, she felt its thoughts like words inside her head. "I will not let you fall." She froze, staring at it, her heart racing. The alien looked back, silent as always, but she knew what she had felt. Their bond had grown into something that crossed the barrier of language. That night she could not sleep. She sat close to the fire, the alien across from her. The flames flickered. Shadows danced. Finally, she whispered, "Why me? Why are you still here with me?" The alien touched the sand, drawing a circle with two smaller circles inside. Maya watched carefully, understanding slowly. The bigger circle was the desert world. The two smaller ones were them, together, trapped but not alone. The days turned colder. Storms came more often. Maya wrapped herself in cloth, but her body weakened. The alien stayed close, sometimes placing its hand on her shoulder, sending warmth through her. She grew used to its touch. Almost comforted by it, her fear of it faded, replaced by something deeper, something she could not explain. One evening, as the sun set, painting the sky red and gold, Maya sat beside the alien on a high rock, looking over the endless desert. The silence between them was not empty anymore. It was full, alive, heavy with meaning. She felt her chest tighten, not with fear but with something human, a feeling she thought she had lost long ago. The alien turned its glowing eyes toward her, and she knew without words it felt the same. This connection was no longer just survival. It was trust, it was bond, it was something dangerous. And as the wind whispered across the desert, Maya understood her life would never be the same again. The silence of space was broken by fire and smoke. A transport ship, carrying many passengers, lost control near a strange desert planet. Engines failed, alarms screamed, people shouted. And in one terrible moment the ship fell from the sky. When the crash was over, the wreck lay broken across the sands. Shadows of twisted metal stretched across the red ground. Two suns burned in the sky. Watching like cold eyes, there was no sound now. except the hiss of cooling steel. From the wreckage, a woman moved. Her name was Maya. She was young, strong, but now hurt and afraid. Her head was bleeding. Her body shaking, but she was alive. Around her lay silence. No human voices answered her cry. She thought she was the only survivor. Then from the smoke, something else moved. Not human, not like her. It was tall, with strange skin that shimmered like silver under the suns. Its eyes glowed faint blue, and its hands were clawed but careful. It looked at her, and for a long moment they only stared. Maya's heart beat fast. Was this creature an enemy, or another survivor like her? She could not run. Her leg was cut. Pain held her down. The alien stepped closer, slowly, as if it did not want to scare her. It touched her arm gently, and to her shock, the pain in her wound grew softer. Its hand gave off a faint warmth, almost like healing light. Fear and relief mixed inside her. She wanted to trust it, but she could not forget she was stranded with something unknown. The desert wind howled, blowing red sand across the wreck. Both human and alien stood together. The last survivors of the crash, Maya whispered, though she knew it would not understand. We are alone now. The alien tilted its head, as if it did understand. Then, suddenly, a sound came from the distance. It was not wind, it was not storm. It was a deep growl, heavy and slow. Something was out there watching. Maya's eyes widened. Her hands shook as she searched the wreck for something sharp, something to protect herself. The alien moved first, pulling a long piece of broken metal and holding it like a weapon. It stood between her and the sound. Its body tense, whatever was coming, it was ready to fight. The growl faded, then silence again, but the fear stayed. Maya realized the planet was not empty, not safe. There were things in the desert that wanted to hunt. She sat against a broken wall of the ship, breathing hard. Her leg hurt. Her throat was dry and her heart was heavy. The alien crouched nearby, its glowing eyes watching her. They were strangers, but now they shared the same danger. If they wanted to live, they had to stay together. As the two suns lowered in the sky, the desert grew colder. Strange lights moved far in the dunes like eyes glowing in the dark. Maya wrapped herself in a torn piece of cloth. Trying to stay warm, the alien stayed awake. Standing guard over her, its figure was sharp against the burning horizon. Like a shadow of both hope and fear, Maya closed her eyes for a moment. The thought came to her heavy and clear. She was trapped on a dead planet with no rescue, no ship, no other humans, and the only thing standing between her and death was the alien beside her. The night was long. The desert was alive with strange cries and whispers. And Maya knew one thing: her story had just begun. The morning came with harsh light from two suns. The desert sky burned orange and gold, but for Maya it only meant danger and thirst. Her lips were dry, her body weak, and her legs still hurt from the crash. Beside her, the alien stood silent, its glowing eyes scanning the horizon. It seemed stronger than her, but not without fear. The wreck of the ship was half buried in red sand. Smoke still rose from broken engines, and twisted metal shone under the suns. Maya searched for water, crawling through shattered corridors and burnt rooms. She found a small container, half full, precious like treasure. She drank a little, then held it out to the alien. The alien paused, then accepted, drinking carefully for a strange moment. They looked almost human, sharing survival. Hunger soon followed thirst in the wreck. Maya discovered food rations, burned and broken, but some still safe. She opened one and ate slowly. The alien sniffed the package but did not eat. Instead, it touched a small crystal at its chest and its body glowed faintly. Maya realized it fed on energy. Not food, two different worlds, two different needs. But both still alive. The desert was wide, endless and cruel. Maya knew they could not stay in the wreck forever. At night the creatures came close, growls and footsteps echoed through the sands. If they remained, they would be hunted. She pointed at the horizon, whispering, "We have to move." The alien tilted its head, then nodded. Even without words, it understood. Together they built simple tools. Maya tied metal pieces into a sharp edge. The alien shaped stone with its glowing hands. By afternoon they left the wreck, carrying what they could. The desert stretched ahead. Full of silence and mystery, hours passed. Heat pressed against their skin. Maya stumbled often, her legs slowing her down each time the alien stopped, waiting, sometimes lifting her arm over its shoulder to help her walk. She hated to feel weak, but she also felt safe. The alien never left her behind. By evening, they found a canyon. Its walls high and dark. Inside, shadows gave cool air, and a stream of water ran between rocks. Maya almost cried with relief. She drank deeply, splashing water on her face. Feeling alive again, the alien knelt too, but instead of drinking, it placed its hand in the water and the stream began to glow faint blue. The light spread for a moment, then faded. Maya shivered, wondering if it had given something back to the water. That night, they built shelter under the canyon wall. Maya gathered stones into a small circle, trying to make a fire. It was hard, her hands shook, but she kept trying. Finally, sparks came and flames rose for the first time since the crash. She felt a little warmth of hope. The alien sat across the fire, its eyes shining in the light. They could not speak, but sometimes silence is its own language. Maya looked at it and whispered softly, "You saved me today." The alien tilted its head, then tapped its chest where the glowing crystal lay. It was as if it said, "We survived together, but the peace did not last long." From deep inside the canyon, a sound echoed, a low rumble, then a sharp cry. Something alive, something big. Maya's heart raced. She clutched the broken metal weapon close. The alien rose to its feet, body tense, ready to fight. The fire flickered, the shadows grew, and the desert night once again whispered danger. Maya knew then this planet was alive, full of hidden monsters. Survival was not just about water or food. It was about fighting every single day. And now she was no longer fighting alone. Time moved slowly on the deserted planet. Days passed into weeks, weeks into months. Maya carried the weight of survival and the weight of new life inside her. The alien was gone, buried beneath stone and sand. But his presence lived on in her heart, and in the child growing within. She spoke to the child each night as if it could hear her, her voice soft, trembling, yet full of strength. "You are not alone. I will keep you safe. I will give you a life, even on this dead world." Her body grew weaker as her belly grew heavier, but her will sharpened like steel. She was no longer just fighting for herself. She was fighting for the child. She built a stronger shelter from rocks. She collected water and hid it in jars made from ship scraps. She learned which plants she could eat and which ones were poison. Every step, every effort was for the future, not just survival at night when storms shook the canyon. She held her belly and thought of the alien's last sacrifice. She imagined his hand glowing blue. Pressing against her, she whispered to the child, "Your father gave his life for you. His strength is inside you." And sometimes, when the firelight flickered, she felt a faint warmth in her body, as if the alien still watched from beyond. The day of birth came with pain like fire. Maya lay in the shelter screaming, biting down on cloth. Her body trembled. Her heart raced, but she would not give up. The desert outside roared with storm winds as if the planet itself was testing her. Hours passed like eternity. Then through tears and agony, a cry filled the canyon, a new voice. Small and sharp but alive, Maya held the child in her arms. Half human, half alien, fragile yet strong. Its skin was soft like hers, but faint blue lines glowed under it. Its eyes, when they opened, shone with the same gentle light as the alien's crystal. Maya wept, holding the child close to her chest. Her tears mixed with joy and sorrow. "You are my hope. You are our future," she whispered. Days turned into a new life, she sang to the child. Fed it, wrapped it in cloth. She watched it glow faintly in the dark. And for the first time she was not afraid. The desert was still cruel. Storms still raged. Beasts still circled at night. But Maya felt something stronger than fear. She felt purpose one evening. As she sat with the child in her arms, she looked up at the horizon, and there she saw it, a light in the sky. Not a star, not a storm, but something moving. Her heart leapt, her breath caught. Was it a ship, was it rescue, or was it danger? The child stirred, glowing softly, almost as if it sensed the same thing. Maya held it tighter, whispering, "Whatever comes, we will face it together." The light grew brighter, cutting across the desert sky. Maya felt hope rise and fear return all at once. The story of her survival was not ending, it was only changing. For now she was not only Maya the survivor, she was Maya the mother, and her child, half human, half alien, was the key to something greater, a new beginning or a new danger waiting in the stars. The desert winds carried her words into the night. We are not alone anymore. And as the light in the sky drew closer, Maya knew the future of two worlds rested in her arms.